All right, what's up, guys? It's Mitchell or Deity, and we're going to be watching the Brieg video today. So I have not watched this yet. Make sure there's some sound. So let me turn it up to like right here. Should be good volume for the video, but I have not watched this yet. We've already seen his thing.
The path I walk is dictated by me alone.
Good voice actor.
And I will follow it, even into darkness.
The voice actor sounds familiar.
No mercy to spare.
So it's a we.
For your reckless greed.
Okay, so we decided a single target damage dealer on his skill 3. It looked like. So one soul burn. Already noticed that.
The Shadow Elf soldiers. Previously, he was the sole heir to the throne.
People were saying he's a vampire earlier. He's just an elf, right? Not a vampire. People were saying that in the stream this morning.
This in turn deepened into
So I'm not gonna watch his story. Well, I guess we'll just watch story. Okay, so here are his stat lines. Really bulky. Okay, so just general tank, no crit chance, no crit damage. Decent speed for a tank, but not great. 110. I don't know who shares the stat line, but not anything I can think of. So I just want to see his skill kit. So let's go here. He has imprint, concentration of health. That's good for a tank. Hopefully he's HP scaling damage dealer. That'll be important. Overall his health, his defenses. I mean, he's just an average tank. So I don't see anything special within this. No special anything. He has effectiveness. So so here we go. So his skill 2 is the first skill it shows. So let's read this. Grants a barrier to all allies for 3 turns, and perception to the caster for 3 turns. Grants an extra turn to the caster. Barriers should increase proportional to the caster's max health. Okay, so he will give a barrier, which is nice, and he's a fighting spirit character. Okay, so and this gives 2 souls. That's important to know. So we can watch this little
when
thing.
10 soul is consumed, increases barrier strength.
And you can increase the barrier strength. So the barrier, it looks pretty thick, honestly. It looks pretty good. How much HP does he have? 24,000. So 24,000. That looks like it is almost 1/4 of the bar. That's like a, or no, it's like a 1/5 of the bar. It's like a 4,000 barrier. Not
Skill
bad.
3.
But he also gets perception too, which will probably come into play for his skill 3. So his skill 3 attacks the enemy with a sword, dispelling all buffs before decreasing defense and speed for 2 turns. That's huge. Increase effectiveness of this attack by 50%, so you can probably build him with a little effectiveness and it'll be good, or you can build him with no effectiveness whatsoever and he should hit any non-effectiveness targets, which is nice. Damage deal, increase proportional caster's max health. So it's nothing with hit chance though. I guess he has perception. But
sword arts. Attacks the enemy.
Otherwise, he's not like a super aid encounter, but his artifact gives hit chance. That's all I know, which seemed really weird.
Effectiveness of this attack by 50%. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health.
Him giving defense break though is going to make him very usable in PvP. He's probably a good Wyvern front tank. Actually, he's probably really good for Wyvern front tank because he gets 50 effectiveness. Meaning, and he has 18 base, so he has 68 effectiveness. Yeah, he's perfect for Wyvern front tank. This could be like the new go-to Wyvern front tank.
Skill 1.
There's no new player way to get him. You could do story summon, I guess. Pretty sick. So with skill 1, attacks the enemy, increase combat readiness the caster by 15%. Damage dealt increase proportional to the caster's max health. After attacking, the fighting spirit is full, so here's where the fighting spirit comes into play. Consumes all fighting spirit to dispel all debuffs from the caster. And activates limitless sword arts against the enemy with the highest attack. So limitless sword art, let's see
damage
how this looks.
Increases proportional to the caster's max health.
So you could build him on counter, and that'll every time he has 1, he gets 25 fighting spirit.
To dispel all
so he's a counter build for PvP probably. He looks really good for counter
against the enemy with the highest attack.
And so it just activates his skill 3 again. So it's like Rylet, but he only has to use his S1 4 times. If he counters, he could go wild. I don't know. He looks pretty fun. I don't know how good he'll actually be off that, but he also has hit chance. He has hit chance and defense pen, so he's gonna be a hard hitting character. So you're gonna have to build him on damage and tank. But if you're not gonna use him for PvP, he could be Wyvern front tank because he defense breaks. So I don't know. Overall, it seems really cool.
Broken Will of the Priest, a token that once belonged to us.
So I don't know off the top of my head what exactly all perception gives. I wish it would say here what all perception gives. Perception, is that hit chance? Or I'm pretty sure it is, right? I don't know. Tell me in the comments what perception is so other people who do not know exactly what it does can look it up. I don't have the game open right now because it's maintenance, so I can't even check what it does. But let me know down below exactly what extra stats that gives. But decreasing defense and speed, you can't decrease Wyvern speed, which sucks, but the defense could be huge, and he instantly just auto has enough to defense break Wyvern. So if you want a new Wyvern front tank and you aren't going to use it for PvP, there you go. But I think a counter set build on him seems insane because this skill 3 attacks enemy with sword, dispelling all buffs. It is a 5-turn cooldown, which is same as Remnant Violet. So it just reminds me of Remnant Violet, except you don't have to dodge, you just have to S1. So if you counter, then you get an extra stack, which is super cool. So, but his S1 though, it's it's 100 fighting spirit is the max, so it's 4 S1s, and you're already able to use it, and you're going to defense break a character. That sounds pretty nice. I think he's going to see some use for sure. Maybe he's a copium unit like Mort, but I don't know. He's looking pretty cool. They're only showing him in PvE for the first things. So he is really good for Light Expedition. That's cool that they're showing him here because getting speed down on Light Expedition is super important. And his skill 2 is a non-attack skill, so he can actually be used in Dark Expedition too. That's pretty awesome. Alright, but that's majority of what I wanted to check out. So they literally just put a Light Expedition run with him. I mean, this is an insane run. This is a level 3 too. Well, here's a really good Expedition level 3 team, by the way. You can see it's gonna full clear Light Expedition. Funny. Does it full clear it solo? I think it does. Yeah, it did. It full cleared it solo. Or not solo, but full cleared it on auto. That's pretty crazy, actually. So here we go. He gets 50% when he uses S2, and then he can use S3 right after. So he could defense break here. And if he's on counter build, if he was to counter Bellion, you just instantly kill Bellion. He's kind of sick. I don't know. I think he has some room for PvP. Let's see if they built him on counter or not. Because if he were to counter right here, he'd only need 1 more attack and he'd activate. Well, Airwell's on counter. I really don't want to sit through and watch all this because this is going to kill basically everything.
That's what I do.
Okay. Alright, they're not attacking him at all, so we can't see if he's on counter. The thing is, you're going to have to decide whether to put him on a damage artifact or a damage mitigation artifact. Alright, I want to see his attack. They built him like dirt slow, it seems. He's not getting any turns. Alright, so here we go. He's HP scaling damage though, so at least it didn't mess up its kit. It goes into a random target? It can hit steadies? Yeah, it's literally Remnant Violet, just RGB Remnant Violet. That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay. That's all I really want to cover for the video. The biggest thing is you still gain Fighting Spirit when you S1, correct? Even if it's a counter attack. Attacks enemy increase cover awareness after attacking with Fighting Spirit full. Yeah, you can activate this on the enemy turn. So this is overall really cool. I think he's a really cool looking unit. We'll see how good he ends up being, but I think with counter set he has a lot of viability in PvP, and he's definitely gonna be really good in PvE. The extra effectiveness. So this is gonna be a PvE character you could use in a lot of expedition. You even use him Fire Expedition. So he's a front tank for at least 3 expeditions, if not 4 if you use him for the water one, because he defense breaks and slows. He's good for all expeditions. So I mean that's really big. So I don't know. I think he's going to be a very worthwhile character to pull. In terms of new players that are watching this, I will have to decide on if he is worth pulling over the getting our core roster built or not. But that'll take me a few days, and I probably need to test him before I suggest it to you guys. So I wouldn't if you think he's cool and you want to pull him, definitely just go for him because he's just gonna be usable in PvE in every spot. So he will end up replacing Crozet if you pick Crozet for stuff. But Crozet was just there as a staple, don't have to change anything. But if you're not gonna use him for PvE stuff, then you're gonna want a PvP build on him, and he won't be very good as a front tank because he won't be as tanky. But either way, he's really cool. I'm excited for him. And that's all I got for this video. But let me know what you think of him. Let me know what Perception does too, exactly what it does, because I would like to know. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.